Hi there, it's Melissa here, and today I'm really excited because I have been tagged by Kayla Renee, who is part of the Scrappery Kit Club in Australia, and they are doing for National Scrapbooking Day a vlog hop, I think that's how you pronounce it, and so I've been tagged by Kayla, and I found out this morning that Sue's Fish has also tagged me, so this is in response to both of their challenge. And so what the challenge is, it's like a recipe challenge. You have to use mint and gold, stars, paint and a stencil. So before I get into it, I'm just going to show you what I've pulled. And the best thing about challenges like this is that you get to pull, well I do anyway, I pull scraps from my stash. So here are some papers, and they're just little bits and pieces that I've kept. I keep all my offcuts in a bag, and my oldest daughter likes to go through, well, she expects that she can go through and have whatever she wants from there, but I kind of ration out what I want her to have or what isn't free access for her. So the biggest piece of paper I've got is this Glitz Design one from the Colour Me Happy collection. Everything else is like a mix. I can't even remember what some of these manufacturers are. So that's the papers. I'm going to use a white background. The stencil I've got is my favourite things star stencil. Also got this Epiphany Crafts star punch, and these are the little plastic covers. So you can make your own. They're like flare but different shapes, and these are stars, so you can make your own embellishments. I'm going to give that a go. Also pulled some washi. I don't know whether I'll use it or not. I have some embellishments. I've got a really full-on gold doily. I'm not sure if it's the right gold yet, but we'll see. I've also got these gorgeous little bows, and I'll probably use that one there. Got this Maggie Holmes, I can't even remember which line it is, possibly Flea Market, and sticker sheet. Got Amy Tangerine chipboard, and then I've got some other bits and pieces here. Got a couple of these. Let me just check. It's from the We Are Memory Keepers albums Made Easy sheer metallic range, and I've never used them, so hoping I can get them down. I've got some Dear Lizzie, a cut apart Studio Calico tag, a couple of Dear Lizzie Project Life cards, and then I've just got a little stack of items here. I've got some of those stickers that I'm still trying to use up. I've got one of those clips. I've only got 2 left, so it's pretty exciting to get them down. And then I've just got, actually I'll move this away. Oops, I'll show you what I've got. So I've pulled a lot, and there's no way I'm going to get all of these down. I'm not a heavy embellisher on the pages, so I may even make some other layouts with this, because I really love the colour combination. And I'm not a big green fan, but I love the tone mint, and I didn't even think that I had much, but going through my stash is quite interesting. So all sorts of bits and pieces here. Stickers, tags, and that's the 2 little stars I've punched, because I haven't decided which paper I'm going to use to make those embellishments, but we'll decide on the way. So, right, before I go make it, I've also got this gelato here. It's double scoop, and it's called, Metallic Mint, perfect. Also pulled Heidi Swap Seafoam. I don't know if it's going to work with that, but we'll keep it on hand anyway. Of course, my Heidi Swap Gold Colour Shine, which is getting really low. And I've got some white acrylic paint. So, yeah, pretty excited to have a go at this and see what I come up with. So, I'll be back in a second. So I googled mint colour palette before I pulled my supplies, and this is what came up. I started making my layout with the paint, and I wanted to have a mint paint in the background, but I don't have any mint paint So I decided to just mix my gelato in with that acrylic paint. Now, I know gelatos, you can buy them in packs and they come with little knives, so I figure that that's what that's for, is to cut bits off. And I just kept mixing until I got the colour I wanted. Now, I wasn't entirely happy with the result that I got because the gelato didn't really blend too well with the paint, but I wasn't going to start again, and I thought, well, that can just be the effect that I've got in the background. It's not meant to be a major feature, and I'll just go with it. So then I pulled my star stencil and my moulding paste, and I just roughly spread that on. And I just wanted some white stars to be quite subtle on top of the mint. And when I looked at my papers, I decided that I'd use that biggest piece and do a layered, just layer up some pieces underneath on the corner, and that would balance out the paint and the stars. So I wanted to do it quite rough, and I used my metal ruler just to rip the paper and get that rough edge. And I adhered it with a bit of tape, and you'll see soon that I'm going to stitch it down. And I think I end up sewing 2 lines. So here I'm wanting to make my embellishments, and originally I thought that I would use some of that paper in the same, pulling the mint colour, but then I thought no, because gold is my accent, I'm going to go with gold. And Adele from who's Inky Quill here on YouTube, she had made her own flare badges, and I loved how she incorporated gold doilies, so I got inspiration from her and just made those stars with gold doily. And when I looked at these 2 frames from crepe paper, I saw that they fit together really well, so I thought I'll layer the chipboard, sorry, not the chipboard, the die cut over the chipboard. And I wasn't worried about not having that one, the chipboard one, show. I've actually got another packet of them anyway, and I want to use them up. So I really liked how that looked, and I just wanted to focus in on this photo. It's of our baby when she was, I think, not even a week old, and my older 2 children were just like, it's a whole new thing having a new baby in the house, and we had her sleeping in the lounge, and they were just wanting to pat her on the head. So I caught that moment on camera, and it's a really special moment. It's quite beautiful. So it's good to get it scrapped. So I love how that looked on that Dear Lizzie card, and it's got a place for the date. And in the final shot at the end, you'll see that I haven't added the date on, but that's something I will go back and do later. And now I'm wanting to bring some gold in. So I'm just, while my paint and moulding paste are drying, I'm just working on the layers behind the frame. So I've used that We Are Memory Keepers, that's We Are Memory Keepers, that card, and that little gold frame as well. And I like the way the 3 frames work together. I had this little piece of paper left over. It's from Craft, and I keep everything really, and I love it because it just says hope, and so I decided to make that my title. And now I'm just playing around with bits and pieces and working out what looks best. I love that flower. It's crepe paper as well. I think it's DIY shop, but it really doesn't work. Excuse me. That's a die cut from Craft, and that also doesn't really work for me. Okay, so I'm still waiting for things to dry, so I decided to go ahead and do my stitching, and like I said, I stitched 2 rows, and that holds everything in place. Okay, so now I'm committing to sticking this down, and I'm liking how that's looking with the stars to the left. Okay, I just had to pause my recording and have a cough, so I've got that out of the way. And at this point, I'm playing around with this doily and
deciding it looks best at the bottom, but it needs some of it cut off because to me it's unbalanced. So less is sometimes more, and especially when that, as I think I said at the beginning, I find that gold quite intense. It's really full on. So just a peak of it at the bottom breaks up all the square horizontal layers and adds a bit of, well, I think it adds a bit of movement. So now I'm trying to decide where to put these embellishments that I've made. And I love that I've used the doily because they pull in some more of that intense gold. That's a little label sticker. I think it's crepe paper, and it says today. And then that there is just a word sticker from Kaisercraft as well, and I've had them on my desk, and you would have seen me considering them or using them in other videos, and my aim is to get them all used up. This is some stash stuff. It's Maggie Holmes Flea Market, and I've been hoarding it, and I really do need to get it down on the page. So sometimes I find these sticker sheets are really hard to break into and use, but just got to do it. So now I'm working on where to put these stars, and I put those tickets at the top because I felt the layout was a bit lacking up there, a bit stark, and it's very right bottom heavy. So that just adds a bit more at the top. And I'm liking where I've got that third star, so I'm gluing that one down. Okay. I find with Tombow that if I don't clean up the glue that, if I put too much glue on and I don't clean up the bit of glue that kind of seeps over, I can see it when it dries. So I was just using a bit of paper, I think, just to get that off. Now I was absolutely determined to get this bow onto the page, and at first I thought that it was a bit much, but I think with the colour of the tickets and the kind of green colour on top of the frame, that bow is quite a dark shade as well, so it helps tie those together, and I like it. I've added a little gold label sticker there, and I like the way that kind of subtly ties in the gold. So now I'm adding some gold Heidi Swap, and I love adding this mist. It's probably my all-time favourite. And there I'm adding the Seafoam Heidi Swap. And at first I didn't think it was going to work. So you can see that I tested it out on that piece of paper there. I find that you do have to shake these bottles in mist, and then you get a bit of bubbling. So I was just cleaning that up. I've added very minimal journaling to this one, and I've actually put hope as an anchor to my soul, but I actually change it later on to hope as anchor for my soul. So there's some close-ups, and part of this challenge is to tag 4 other YouTubers. So coming up, you'll see who I've tagged. I've tagged Hayley Stewart. Oh yeah, it's Jen. Monica, who is Scrap Saturday, and Chloe Murray. So I'd love to see what you ladies make.